Alright, what's going on everybody? It's Josh here, your River City Gamer, and it's time to bring you guys that weapon review that I promised you guys. The first one I'm going to start off with is the Up For Anything auto rifle that you can purchase from the Vanguard Crucible, or Vanguard Quartermaster guy that is pretty much in the ship wing area. When you like go into, you just want to go to the right, he's over here, he, she, whatever the fuck it is, I don't know what it is. In order to get it, you talk to him. You need 150 Vanguard marks, you need 1 Vanguard commendation, and you need to be at least Vanguard rank 3 to purchase this gun. So we're gonna get a quick look at it, and then I'll go more in depth later on. But what you need to know about this gun is it's a high rate of fire, low impact auto rifle. The range is pretty low, but it's not terrible. It's got very great stability and reload for an auto rifle. The clip size is average. It's actually above average in my opinion. 38 is a good clip size. You would not be disappointed, especially since it takes a good amount to take out people in PvP. But we'll get to that when we get to it. We'll start with the iron sights, and that is steady hand IS, and this one is stable sight, optimized for accident, recoil control. This is the first one you get. Next one is red dot or ES, flexible sight, enhanced handling, range, and recoil control. Slight penalty to reload with a little bit more range and stability. Then you got focus lens FLS2, and this one is agile scope, monitor zoom, light and snappy, with buff in range and a much more penalty to reload, and actually this one penalty to stability compared to red dot. Then we got persistence, which makes this gun grow more accurate the longer it's fired, which is great considering its high rate of fire and high stability, low impact stats coupled together makes for a very great bonus. Then we got bonus damage, which you probably don't really need me to go into detail, considering if you're already buying this kind of gun, you should already know what it does. Then we got high caliber rounds, and all you need to know about this is increase your impact slightly. And for PvP, it doesn't do much. For PvE, it makes the targets, you know, stagger a little bit. So it's really not that great, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Next out of the 2 talent nodes is lightweight. When held, this weapon grants +2 character agility, and you're probably going to see the best benefit from this in PvP, considering how crucial speed is in PvP. So that's always a good thing to have, and it's definitely a welcome node to have in this slot. The last one you got is Hammer Forge, improved range and accuracy. Considering that this gun doesn't have that great a range, if you really want it, it's there. But considering the next talent that we're gonna check out right now, you're probably not gonna need it. You're probably gonna want to look for lightweight, depending on what you play. You know, PvP, you know, maybe high caliber rounds for PvE, or even Hammer Forge. It's up to you. But the next one we got is rangefinder. Aiming this weapon increases its effective range. When you're aiming down sights, you get more range added, so you really don't need it overall. Then the rest we have are gonna be, you know, the attack values that you get increased, but it's only for PvE. So yeah, that's the Up For Anything auto rifle look on paper. And then I'm gonna cut to some gameplay footage of me with it, and then we can go a little bit more in detail. Alright, now I also want to tell you guys right off the bat, the main reason that I got this auto rifle was because of the high rate of fire and the high stability. Immediately I liked it because it was very reminiscent of the Shingen E blue auto rifle that you can get, and I tell you, it does feel very much like it. I would say that this gun doesn't really measure up to it in the sense of value, because this one you have to purchase, you know, at a much more higher cost, and the other one you just get out of a blue engram and blue drop, or just running through the campaign. So with that being said, I'd say like it did meet the expectations that I set out for it. It's very solid. It's very great at handling, and it balances both PvE PvP very well. I'd say its best quality would probably be PvE, considering that for PvP you would not want to purchase something this valuable. Like, you would not want to spend as much as you would on a gun like this when you can get something for much more cheaper cost. So for PvE, it is a little bit better just because you can add a little bit of impact, you know, stagger the opponents, and it's easier because yeah, it doesn't run around, stuff like that, like in PvP. But overall, I'd say it's very decent. It's very okay. It's not terrible, but it's not, you know, amazing. You know, it's very decent, and I want to say that because it's very decent, that doesn't make it a bad buy. It's not a must buy, but it's not a bad buy. So how would you decide if you want to buy this gun? If you want something that can kind of balance both of them, you know, at a decent cost, I'd say go for it, because this one does handle both, you know, decently well, to the point where you can't knock it, you know. The only gripe I really had for what it was is that for PvP, it just wasn't cutting it, just because, excuse me, every time that I was trying to land some kills, and I'm not saying like I'm an amazing player, but every time I try to get some headshots on the opponent, it just didn't seem to take him down as fast as I wanted him to with the high rate of fire. Just, you can tell with that low impact, and even if you add on that little bit of impact for PvP, you can't really tell. The lightweight is just much better perk to have on that gun over the impact. But I mean, like, overall, I'd say if you really like the Shingen E and you like those kind of guns and you want something to balance both, then pick it up. But if you need something strictly for PvP, I'd say pass. If you need something, you know, amazing for PvE, I'd say pass. But if you need something that balances both of them pretty well, I'd say pick it up, you know. For PvP, I give this gun a solid 3 out of 5. It's not bad, it's not great, but it's right in the middle. And then for PvE, I give it like a 3.5, just because it's slightly better, just because, you know, it's got a little bit of more reach quality. You want to run this gun a little bit mid to short range and not really long range, so I forgot to add that in there. But other than that, in terms of recommended sets, I'd say for PvP, your best bet is going to be the Steady Hand IS to maximize on your reload speed, as it is very important PvP, and lightweight just to give you that little bit of extra oomph for speed when you have this gun equipped. Other than that, you don't really need any more stability or range, as this gun is very mid to close range. So that's going to be the set that you have for PvP: Steady Hand IS, Persistence, Lightweight, and Rangefinder. And for PvE, this is a recommended set that I'm going to give you guys, and that's going to be the Red Dot or S, because that's going to give you a little bit less reloading, but that's fine in PvE. It's not as big a deal as that is for PvP, but it's going to give you a little bit more range and stability, because the stability is always nice, even though it's got a great stability. The range isn't too important, because, you know, you have a little bit more time to run around and get closer to your targets. And for the second one, I'd give you is high caliber rounds, just to give you a little more impact and give you that stagger to your opponent. Like I told you, range is not going to be that great, because you can be mid to close range anyway. So that'd be the set for PvE. Would be Red Dot or ES, Persistence, high caliber rounds, and Rangefinder. If you think this is a gun for you, then get it, and if not, then pass. I hope that this was very informative. This is like my first time doing any kind of weapon review, so I'm sorry if it's not up to standards, but I'm trying to do my best to make it a lot better for next time. So if you guys did like it, don't forget to like this video, like it again, like it 50 more times, you know, share some love, comment, subscribe, and I'll do my best to put out as much as I can, as fast as I can. The more positive feedback that I get means, like, I'm motivated more to put more out there. But I'll see you guys in the next weapon review. This is Josh, your River City Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.